Congratulations! You finished year 12 and you're now in year 13. Year 13 is all about focus. Year 12 is a year that you explore. I'm also squinting because the sun is right in my face, but that's okay. We like what it's doing to my skin. Anyways, year 12 is a year for you to explore. Year 13 is a year for you to focus. So, my first thing is make time to revise consistently from the beginning. And as you go forwards, build that up, revise more, pay attention, do homework. You should have been doing it from year 12, but if you didn't in year 12, then now is your time to start, because it just helps you remember things. It's like revision, it's recall. So do homework. Tip number 2, don't panic. I wasn't going to say this as a second tip, but here we are. I think the thing that you can do is you can go, oh my word, I'm in year 13, and get panicked and then not do anything for ages, which doesn't help you. So whether it's Easter time or September or a week before your exam or months before, just start. If you've not started, just start. It doesn't matter when you're starting, because whatever you do, it will still help you. Night before, don't know about that, but if you're starting before at any point before, and that's not to say that obviously start earlier if you can, but if you're panicked and you're stressed out and you end up starting late, don't beat yourself up. Just focus yourself on the time you have left and use that. I think the biggest danger with revision, especially as you get close to exams, is you're like, oh, I've not done this subject so much recently and I'm worried, and then you keep avoiding it, and then it's the exam. And the point is, if you've lost revision time, that's great. You procrastinated. Leave it in the past. It's gone. You can't get it back. You're here now. You have 10 minutes. You have an hour. Focus. Number 3 would be about focusing. I found that, I think it's called the Pomodoro method, very useful. It's basically where I do 25 minutes and have 5-minute breaks for however many hours. That worked for me. It might not work for you. It might do. But I would really recommend that you find a way to pace yourself. Revision is not easy. It's a skill. Technically, I think we should do an A-level in revision, but anyways. But you need to learn what works for you. Same thing goes for taking notes, number 4. I would say take notes as you go through. If you haven't taken notes, start taking notes. Figure out what works for you. Don't be afraid to try different revision techniques. Try flashcards, try mind maps, try whatever. I found that for GCSEs, flashcards didn't work very well, and for A-levels, they were wonderful. I also found making mind maps very useful. I found just verbally repeating things very useful. My next tip would be, don't worry about other people. I sort of covered this before when I was talking about revising and when you start a little bit, but I think in this year, it's so important for you to remember that this is a year about you and your success. And if you waste your time looking at, oh, this person started before me, or this person's taking their revision notes this way, or this person's socializing this amount of time, or whatever, you will not do well, because you are not that person. And your friend or your roommate or whoever, I'm in boarding school, so I have a roommate, might be up at 2 a.m. revising because that works for them, and you might be dead beat because you're a morning person. It won't work for you. I'm sorry, my friend. It won't work for you. I beg, please. So don't look at other people. For example, I'm around people who stay up very late. I'm a morning person. I don't do after 9 o'clock. Mentally, academically, it doesn't work. Creatively, it's great for some funny reason. But academically, nothing goes into my head. So I know that's my cutoff. And it's hard, especially because I'm in boarding school, so I can go downstairs and still see people revising. Why is the wind trying to be part of the video? Don't shake the camera. But you have to be strong and disciplined in yourself and know, I have done enough work today for me to go to bed and feel good about myself. Whatever tip I was on, the next one, 5, 6, balance. Balance is so important. This is something I really lacked for GCSEs, and it ruined my mental health a lot. Having balance around your A-levels is another really important thing. And when I say balance, someone told me something very useful, and she said that you have to, oh, the sun has gone, I can see. She said you have to think about what matters to you. So maybe for you, something that's important to you is getting out at least once a day, or having a healthy diet, or socializing with someone might be important to you. You get the gist. Make sure that you're hitting all of those targets once a day. If reading's important to you, make sure you set aside some time to read. If you just study, you will get burnt out. I promise you, you really will. You will do way better. Hello, fly. You will do way better if you balance your revision and you take time to do the things you enjoy, you revise a lot during the day, and then you go and speak to some human beings because you need human interaction in the evening, or you revise and then you watch a movie or whatever, you go for a walk. I don't really care, you draw, whatever it is, as long as it's not harmful, as long as you keep those things in your life. Get out, breathe. I think everybody should get out, especially if you're revising. Get the fresh air, get the vitamin D, all that jazz, because it's just useful. It's a change of scenery. Fresh air is just good for the brain. It will help you, but it means that you're balancing the revision up, and it doesn't become this endless, mindless drone of just revise. My next tip, 7, let's say 7, is be organised. When you make things like flashcards, you need to organise them because you will lose them. It's such a waste of time you're writing flashcards or whatever you're writing. It's a waste of time repeating stuff that you already know. The internet has so much information, but use the internet. It is your help. Also make your own notes, but definitely do that. And remember, writing flashcards is passive learning. Passive and active learning are two things that I only found about a few weeks before my exams, and they're very important, and I will tell you why. Because passive learning is passive, and so the information can go into your head and sort of sit there, but you don't quite remember it properly because you're not actively learning the stuff. That sounds very bad. Actively learning, recall, and stimulating your brain. So instead of writing a flashcard or reading a flashcard, I did this for biology. You get a sheet of paper, you write whatever topic is at the top, and then you write down everything you remember about that topic, or doing past paper questions, because it brings the stuff to the forefront of your mind. It also helps you to trust your brain. If you keep looking at the flashcards, they become a crutch, and you think, oh, I can just look. And in the exam, you can't look. So stimulating your brain and learning to bring the information back up by yourself is really important and very useful. Grand. Stay hydrated. Please drink your water. I mean, I haven't done this as much as I should have done during the time, but it helps you. Get enough sleep. I don't know what the thing is about people not sleeping, but night before especially, but just weeks before, have a good sleep schedule. Get enough sleep. You will genuinely feel like a better human being if you're getting enough sleep and you're drinking enough water. Your skin will also look as fabulous as mine. I'm joking, but your skin will look nice. You will feel healthy. You will feel okay in yourself. You won't be trying to do your A-levels with these splitting headaches and feeling like the world is falling down around you because you're so tired you can't function. So make sure you're getting enough sleep. I would say personally, don't be up at 2 a.m, especially as you get close to the exam. If you want to do that a few months before, that's your business. But before the exams, don't do that personally. My personal opinion, but it's your choice. For some people, as I said, that works. I don't think it's a good idea to build a schedule where you're up when people are asleep and you're asleep when people are up. But yeah, free world, free choice, freedom of speech. Woo! So that's that. I think my final tip for year 13 is enjoy your subject. I guess at this point it's a bit late if you've already picked the subjects, you've been doing them for a while, but don't focus on your exams as the be-all and end-all of your life. They are a few hours in your entire life, which is a long time, that you're just going to do one thing and it will move, and it's only a reflection of you in that moment. So don't let it be important enough for you to study. Don't let it be important enough for it to keep you up at night. I made this mistake initially and it was keeping me up, which meant that I didn't study properly because I was worrying about it. It's not supposed to be that stressful. It's important, but also put it into perspective. You will live afterwards. I'm here. I'm alive. I've done 2 rounds of exams. I'm still here. I'm still smiling. I'm still moving. I'm still living. You get to the other side. There is another side. So take it in its stride as part of your life, which is why balance is so important, because it reminds you that it is a part of your life, but it is not your life, which I think is important. And enjoy your subjects. Things are so much easier to learn if you're enjoying your subject. For example, English Lit is one of my favorite subjects, and so I just remember things from the play and the book because I liked reading them. I find certain things very cool, or certain quotes very cool, so I will just keep them in mind, and then I will remember them in the exam, and that's grand. And they just come to mind, and it's just easier to retain things because your brain's like, yeah, and your brain's invested. But if you don't like it, you've already built a blockage, and it won't help. So that would be my advice. Good luck to everyone in year 13. You guys got this. It won't last very long. Trust me, it goes like that. And all the rest of your exams and A-levels, we will be praying for you, wishing you well. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe.